Day 1, MJBizCon 2021, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is where I parked. This is the parking lot. There's a spot. There's a space. So I'm gonna enter through the south hall. So the south hall is that way. The north hall is that way. So I'm gonna go straight, register and everything. But that's it. Las Vegas Convention Center. So we're here, my peeps. So I'm just gonna take my gear. So for all the free stuff I'm gonna get, so I could carry my tripod, because I'm gonna interview everybody. I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna be really busy. All right, my peeps. See you guys in there. I don't want to make this long. I gotta preserve my memory and my data. All right, peace. Hey there, my peeps. So we're right here at the registration, and I'll give you guys a little glance of how I look, how crowded it is, the amount of people. So, yep, pretty much. Hopefully this goes by real quick, so I can get my badge. And once I get my badge, I can walk around freely. And then I'm gonna go with the homie Jose. All right then. So, let's do a quick video. All right.
Welcome to MJBizCon. We have 3 products here for you today. These are all earth-friendly products. Very good for your plants, very good for the soil, very good for the environment. We're going to first start off with our silica brand here. This is PowerSi. This is a silica brand that has a bloom and a standard silica, as well as a organic IPM control.
Which I love it. It smells wonderful.
Yes, this stuff's great for cell elongation, reducing stress, as well as increasing the size of the buds and increasing the resin production. What we've got here is our beneficial microbe consortium. This is a complete mix. It does everything from nitrogen fixation to phosphorus facilitation, amino acid production, enzyme production, systemic acquired resistance, so you get protection against pathogens that are in the systems that you don't normally get. So this is more like the revving of the engine, gets everything going at top speed and keeps everything running top notch. Over here, we've got our mycorrhizal inoculant. This is our fungi friend from, he's actually from a volcano, and they harvested the glomulus from the volcano and bred it with cannabis and used that to make this mycorrhizal inoculant that is specific for cannabis breeding. So it's the most explosive mycorrhizal inoculant on the market. It's very fast, very quick and easy to use. You just sprinkle it in every transplant, and you'll get no transplant shock. You'll get increased nutrient uptake. You'll get decrease in pathogens. So you'll have it all. It's good.
Hey there, my peeps. So I got a little surprise. I bumped heads. I ran into the homies, the whole crew. So we got AK, Mr. Glory, Chris, Trey, whole crew right here. We're just chilling, taking a little smoke break. The homie Pichon, 420 right here. We're all chilling, taking a little smoke break. This is where it happens. There's a little smoking area, little behind the scenes, everybody's chiefing it. All right, my peeps. That's a little quick one. And I'm giving a full tour. I'm just walking around. I'm giving myself my full tour of the expo. I've done some interviews. So originally had the intention of interviewing everyone. It's overwhelming. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna interview just the people of the products that I use personally in my garden. Then number two, companies that I think that whatever product they're promoting, it's good for the environment and humanity. And then if I have memory or times left, then I'll do companies or vendors, exhibitors that I feel that they deserve the spotlight, that they're doing something good for the environment, something good for humanity. So that's how I'm gonna go. That's my approach about interviewing and the whole expo for the 3 days. All right, my peeps. Peace.
Hey guys, I'm Travis with Hyder Farm. Just going to go through some of our brands that we have here at MJBiz 2021. Our first brand that we're going to introduce is the Phantom. Phantom's been making DEs for probably 10 years now. These are the leading DE units in the industry, very reliable, under 1% return rates. Then over the last 5 years, we've started introducing our Photo Bio brand, which is our LED brand. And the first unit that we have here is our Photo Bio MX. It's a 1700 micromole unit. On about a foot from the canopy, you're getting about 1,000 micromoles for your cannabis plants growing cannabis. And then our smaller units, we have our more top lights, which this one's our T unit. The T unit is 330 watts, 858 micromoles. And then the bigger brother of that is the TX. The TX, again, is going to be a top light or a greenhouse light. It's going to hang between 2 to 3 feet from the top of the plant, maybe a little bit higher if you're just using supplement or greenhouse light. This unit right here is 1,768 micromoles, and it's, again, designed for those bigger plants that guys want to grow in greenhouses, versus our MX unit is going to be more of a low profile, closer to the plant kind of application. And then our last unit here is our Veg Clone Light unit, which is our Photo Bio VP. It's 32 watts per bar, and it replaces 4 T5 bulbs on a T5 application, which is going to cut down on replacing T5 bulbs. You're going to be able to come in and use this for anywhere between 10, 11, 12 years for a vegetative clone light. So very low light level, but great for just getting a nice vegetative plant growing, and then you can transition it to one of the other fixtures. The last fixture we have here is our newest one that's going to come out in Q1 of 2022. And this is our CX unit. This is going to be a 2,000 micromole LED. And it's going to be designed to replace guys that want to go to or from a HPS unit to an LED, but don't want to necessarily have to reconfigure their entire grow room. So this unit's going to be able to come in and be a 1-to-1 HPS replacement for the DE on that unit. So, cocoa block. It starts out as about a 1.5-inch puck. And then when you hit it with water, within 60 seconds, you're going to get a fully inflated, ready to plant in cocoa block. So we offer them in 4 different sizes. We do a 4x4 block, a 6x6x6 block, an 8x8x6 block, and then our biggest one is a 10x10x7 block. And again, these are very popular these days. A lot of commercial people will either go with Rockwool for a cocoa block. We also offer Grodan Rockwool, so we give you the best of both kind of commercial popular applications. And then we have it here on our Active Aqua rolling bench. This unit will roll 7 inches in each direction for the commercial growers looking to utilize space in their grow rooms. They can have smaller aisleways at the same time, and then it just maximizes their actual square footage that we actually have. And then, yeah, as far as that guy's Hyder Farm, we offer over 3,000 products. We're we're kind of a very intense on the consumables for cannabis users. So a lot of guys will come to us for buying their soils, growing mediums, nutrients, replenishables again for their crops. And then on the other side we have the equipment end of it. So we kind of cover the full spectrum of what you can get in the cannabis industry.
Okay. So I'm Simon. I work for Hyder Farm now, and the 2 brands that I support are going to be Gaia Green and GrowTech products. Between the 2 products, we got a full assortment of fertilizers for your plants, everything you need to get growing. And we've got everything from water-soluble minerals all the way out to pure organic powders. So however you're gardening, we can definitely help out. You know, for me personally, I've been involved in this industry since about 1993. You know, we're a part of this. And for us at GrowTech and Gaia Green, our brands are really old, and that's because we care about the community, and we're really keen to help everyone have better gardens, healthier crops, and feeling better about everything that they got going on in life. You know, so for me, the brands are about our industry, about supporting our clients, and really helping people out with any questions they have, making sure that they feel confident using our wares. So I'll give you an example here of our product. I'll give you one GrowTech, and then we'll do one Gaia.
Okay.
So now what we got here is the Heavy Bud Pro. Heavy Bud Pro is going to be a fermented product that's going to have about 6 different types of carbohydrates in it. It's also going to have a specific array of amino acids that are meant to help ripen the plant, as well as something called phytoalexins, that actually acts almost like a flu shot, and it helps strengthen the plant. So we really recommend pairing this with our Monster Bloom product that is absolutely exceptional at blowing out the flowers and making them big. This one's going to come in and give you the quality and that weight behind that. You want to talk about a little Gaia product too?
And you know when I started using this one? 2012.
Really? Cool, man. Cool. So, all right. So what we got here is going to be the Gaia Green brand. This is really exciting, nice organic option, OIM certified. What I'm holding in my hand is the all-purpose. This is the cream of the crop in terms of organic options, and you know you're going to get something that's really easy to use and it's going to blow it out with high-quality flour. And really, the terpenes and just those undertones are going to be exceptional. So you know, Gaia Green is a great option for somebody that's looking to be organic. Pretty easy to use application, but also getting you those great results by the end.
How's it going, guys? I'm Jesse with Green Grow Biologicals. We're a Northern California-based company out of Sonoma County. We specialize in what is known as terra preta style soil and soil amending. And that's the ancient Amazonian practice of incorporating biochar and various other inputs into your soil to create a living soil that's thriving and full of microbial life that then digests all of the organic inputs that you put in your soil to feed your plants. So I'll give you a little rundown here. We want to keep it on the organic side. So these are our microbial inoculums, your beneficial bacteria and mycorrhizal fungi, and that's in an ultra-fine wettable powder, and then this one's a granular that you sprinkle into the soil. Then we have this is where the terra preta soil style comes into play. This is our fermented biochar blend. You may have heard of biochar. Biochar is great, but biochar is even better when you activate it by mixing worm castings that has the biology in there, some rock powders, some soybean meal, and then those bacteria start digesting the soybean meal, proliferating, colonizing in the biochar, and creating that healthy ecosystem. So this is our veg and our bloom top dress blend. 14 different amendments, all your guanos, meals, rock powders, plus the mycorrhizal fungi and beneficial bacteria and biochar and humic acid, all in these organic dry top dress blends. And you can pre-amend these in your soil or top dress with them every week or two. And then we have our flower finisher. That is the only organic flower hardener on the market. There are nutritive metals in there that will help harden the plant tissue. Also the PK booster, it's a 157 NPK. So 5% phosphorus, 7% potassium. And this is also a very fine talc-like powder. So it's almost a flowable powder, but not quite. It's not fully soluble, but you can add it into your compost teas or you can top dress it. And then these here, it's our carbohydrate product. It's dry molasses flour, food-grade molasses flour with brewer's malt extract, magnesium sulfate, kelp and red algae extract, as well as some rock powders as well. So that's a great food source for the microbes. Add that to your compost tea, you can brew compost tea, or use it as an instant compost tea with green aminos. Green aminos is soy protein hydrolysate, which is the protein source that breaks down into the parent amino acids. Amino acids form chains that create proteins. So those are going to help the plant's metabolism stay functioning and at a high efficient level, and to help handle all of the food you're throwing at it. And then this is our Pride Lands Defense. It is a certified organic pest repellent. Its main active ingredients are clove, garlic, cinnamon, peppermint, white pepper, and mustard powder. And the inert carriers are oyster shell, silica, and soybean meal. So the silica and oyster shell are coarse and act as that sort of barrier for soft-bodied insects. They don't like crawling over it. And then the smells really upset all of the other pests. Their receptors, they just don't like it, so they get out of dodge. They go over to the neighbor's property. So that's us in a nutshell. And if you're into probiotic gardening, probiotic farming, letting the microbes in the soil do the heavy lifting for you, we're the way to look, you know. Check us out online or on Instagram, Green Grow Biologicals. Breathe life into your soil. Thanks.
Welcome to Scales Plus. Santiago was so kind to take an interview of us real quick. I'm just going to cover our quick sales, what our most important scales are, information in the industry, and the questions that were asked. The most important thing that you need to understand in the cannabis industry is that your scales do need to be NTEP in almost every location. Every state is different. What you see here is our most popular scale. It's the SJX 1502. Works in dispensaries in certain states and in cultivation. For the show, we're doing a giveaway on the SJX weight kit, hat, hoodie. Everybody likes a hat and hoodie. Yeti stuff is also good. Now if you want to come back here, I can show you a little bit more. We have a full parts department. Anything breaks, we can help you out. Yeah, a lot of times they will. We have a full catalog. Experienced techs, we have lifetime tech support, calibration, repair services, custom solutions, and lifetime support. You see here, dispensary balances, direct POS systems, Vibra, A&D, O-House. What you got here is more of the R&D product, what you're going to use in your labs for testing. As you come to the right, you're going to get more into the heavier capacity cultivation equipment. This is used commonly with totes, full plants, for your wet-dry weights. We have a lightweight hanging scale for wet and dry weights, very common. One of our coolest products is the new O-House EX high capacity, high precision balance. Full touch screen, internal calibration mode right here. It's good to check it with external weights, but you don't have to. It has the internal calibration mechanism built into the scale. Now, moving to the right, Ranger 7000. Very common again for the hanging application. It has a built-in hook mechanism underneath. Very easy to access the menu and parameters. Working to the right, Ranger 4000 and Ranger 3000. Essentially, these are the same scales, the same applications. This one just has a much sturdier base, much more durable. ABS, a little bit cheaper, works great. Final, we have pre-roll scales. Things work great for rolling. Very common. Essentially, again, same typical scale. One has the button sequence below, the other is a touch screen.
Hi, I'm Brendan from Spectrum King LED, and welcome to our booth at the MJBizCon. We make the best LED grow lights in the world. We were the first company to do full spectrum and patent specific spectrum for cannabis plants and other plants. And we've done it longer, we do it best. More importantly, we do it in a way that doesn't have a lot of post-consumer waste, doesn't have a lot of extra things at points of failure like moving corks. It's self-cool fans, so there's nothing you have to do other than wash and wipe it off. Like in the shower here, it's a bit of an extreme example, but that's to show you what an IP65 rated fixture is good for. If you're in a commercial facility and a fire breaks out, sprinklers are not going to destroy your equipment. If you need to wash your light off, you can wash your light off. Try doing that with a bulb, it won't go well for you. There's no toxic metals or landfill materials in this. In fact, our fixtures are actually completely recyclable. So we even do light engine upgrades to each series of lights. So at some point, if you want to upgrade your light, you can do that without having to buy a whole new one. These are options that we've done since the beginning because we're growers who want to help growers. And to get the best plants, you need the right tools for the job, and that's what we do.
These are our local
Flower models, linear fixtures, so if you're growing in racking like this really cool racking from Glide, you get into racking, you want to check it out. The grower light stuff is very cool. Another company of growers made for growers. For flowering small spaces, vertical farm racking, etc., even low pro flower. If you're a vegetative growth, you have our local veggies. These things we veg and plants. This thing we cannot keep them. We sell so many of them. It's a great problem to have. It's like the business right here. And then of course, if you're going for big plants, you have the SK603s over my head. This would be for like you're growing your trees. You replace your double-ended bulb fixture with this unit. As you can see, it's way over my head, but I'm still extremely well lit, even all the way out here. If you say up to a 5x5, that'd be 5 feet. See, I can spin around well lit at 5 feet. That's what you want to do. We make smaller lights for smaller things. A big show like this, let's get the big lights out to show people what we can do. We have an SK403 over here. I don't know if you've seen the previous generation, but they used to have a round light fixture, a round light engine. And this is the SK403, which is 38% brighter than its predecessor at the same power consumption. So a huge leap forward for this class of light. SK603, when it's not turned on, this is what we're dealing with. That is the beast right there. Lower profile top to bottom than predecessors. Built to last. That's how we do it. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, come see us at SpectrumKingLED.com or check us out on our social media channels.
No, that's better than he says, oh, I just gave it to somebody. Dude, he's the worst about that.
Hey, how are you? We're here at MJBiz. We're having an awesome time here. And you know us for our products, and I want to share what we have, not only our flagship products, but some of our new products. This is, of course, Mammoth Peat. We launched this after we developed it at the university in March 2015, and it's been going really strong. It's our first microbial, natural, liquid bloom stimulant. Super concentrated, 0.6 ml per gallon application rate. Growers are using it to significantly enhance their quality and yield. The 4 microbes in Mammoth Peat allow plants to maximize phosphorus and micronutrient uptake. Really see plants maximizing their phenotypic potential by including this one additive, Mammoth Peat, that any of your management practices is completely compatible. Use nature with agriculture, the science of soil, the science of nature, Mammoth Peat. The next product that we've launched, and this has been in the market a little over a year, is Can Control. This company, Mammoth, does our very best to use, again, the chemistry of nature and the science of nature to allow growers to maximize their plant success and cultivation success by nurturing natural processes. That's what Can Control does. This is our natural insecticide, miticide, and fungicide, and the active ingredient comes from the herb thyme. Thyme creates this very interesting chemical called thymol. Thymol is really well known to act as a fungicide and an insecticide and a miticide, and that's exactly what we brought to you with this product, Can Control. It's highly concentrated, 30 ml per gallon application rate. Natural, has a little oleic acid in it that allows it to mix like chemistry, act like chemistry, but it's natural chemistry coming from nature. You can mitigate all the mites, spider mites, russet mites, insects including thrips, whiteflies, aphids, fungus gnats, and all the powdery mildew, botrytis. It just washes the plants clean and keeps your plants clean. Natural solutions that's going to maximize your plant health and your growing success. We recently launched a very exciting new addition to the Mammoth line, silica. Silicon in general is one of the most abundant elements in soil, but it's not available to plants. We know silicon does something very interesting for plants. It allows plants to maximize their structure. Through that structure, it fills in the gaps of the cortical cells. Plants grow from early stage to maturity, and it reduces the plant's ability to be infected by insects and by mold and mildew because it makes a more sturdy, rigid structure. All growers use silica. What we wanted to do was provide the most clean, the most simple, the most concentrated formula of this with the Mammoth promise of guaranteed analysis. Everything you see on the label is exactly what you get. Every single time, consistency is key, and you will get consistency and precision with all of our Mammoth line. Mammoth Silica is one of those products. 0.5 mil per gallon application rate, really competitive, very compatible. In this product formula, we've actually stripped the nitrogen down, so it's as low as we can possibly formulate it, allowing you to use this product from very early stages all the way through bloom without affecting your macro ppms. Super interesting, super simple. We keep things simple for success. Mammoth Silica. The last thing to talk about today, we want to make sure that we have categories that everyone wants and needs to use all the time. And so we decided to come out with a plug. A very simple, very high quality starter plug. This is Mammoth starter plugs, and it's a very simple, if I can pop one out here, 50-50 peat cocoa mix. It's got a natural food grade binder that keeps the plugs relatively intact. Obviously we can ding this up a little bit. It has a divot hole. The food grade binder keeps this intact. It also, because of the mix of ingredients we use from peat to cocoa, this maintains really
Just fill this out.
effective soil moisture for weeks. These come pre-wet. Another really nice thing about this is because of this formula that we use in these plugs, these starter plugs, sorry, if they dry over time, they re-wet very nicely immediately. And that's some challenges in some other starter plugs. And so again, simplicity is key. The other nice thing about this plug is there's a very low infusion of biochar that's charged with just enough nutrients that allows your plants to stimulate their root growth and have that root growth. So with using Mammoth starter plugs, we see 100% success in germination through cloning or seedlings, and it has everything you need. You might need to add a little moisture through the process, but as these are so moist, the likelihood is you might need to water them once over the course before you transplant. Very simple, very stable. The food grade binder is a proprietary secret. Other than that, everything is sourced from natural solutions, and that food grade binder also, you'll know, it's safe and easy to use. And so, again, keeping it simple. These are so clean, earthy, they just smell wonderful. Look out for maybe version 2 down the road. We'll use and offer some inoculated plugs. This was just our first chance to start working with this material as a company to make sure we can have confidence internally that we could, again, handle this material and provide this regularly, super competitively priced. Love these. They're a lot of fun. So what we've seen here is the Mammoth starter plugs and the silica. Mammoth can control for all your pest pressure needs. And
That's
of course,
the main thing that's
Mammoth
so exciting about it.
That's it.
And we've got cane control, which